I want to talk about something that is kind of important for me because, well, I've been following this guy for years now. And who we are looking at right now in this beautiful website called YouTube, the man we have in front of us is none other than WolfeyVGC. 2 million subscribers strong. He is arguably one of the website's most insane Pokemon trainers. He is a competitor when when everything is said and done. Wolfey is known for being an actual Pokemon champion or master. He's one of these guys who always, he's played the games that most of us have played. The Game Boy games or the DS games, Switch games. And he's a competitive Pokemon player. He's actually a world champion. He could actually say he's like Lance or Gary or Ash because he's won the world championship. And arguably, he is one of the most insane Pokemon trainers. And he's also one of the best Pokemon content creators. He, if we go to his YouTube channel, he's got 1,300 videos, right? And he's got videos, let's see, what is the best rock-type Pokemon, for example? Why the strongest Pokemon ever failed to win worlds? What is the best flying-type Pokemon? And the story of the only unbeatable Pokemon team. What is the best fighting-type Pokemon? I found the worst Pokemon. I entered a tournament with a one-hit KO team. I hate these Pokemon. Here's why. I entered a tournament without a legendary Pokemon. What is the best Pokemon from Generation 5? This man has a stellar YouTube channel about Pokemon, and sometimes it's about, Pokemon, and sometimes it's about, his experience at, like, these tournaments that he goes to. Maybe sometimes it's regionals. Maybe sometimes it's a local tournament. Maybe sometimes it's the Pokemon World Championship. And what's going to happen is I'm going to read chat. I'm going to see. So I am going to be aware that chat is happening. If you guys are typing, I'll know. I just won't read that much because I want to talk about what we're going to talk about right now, which is something going on with Wolfey, man, with WolfeyVGC or Wolf Glick. And, when you have these kind of videos, right, you see all these arguably nice thumbnails and the titles. It's Pokemon material, Pokemon content. It's all happy, sunny, very informative and shit like that. And then suddenly you have a video called or titled Moving Forward, and you just have this thumbnail where he's looking very, I think the adjective that I want to use is frozen. He kind of looks petrified. And frozen or petrified, not in a good way. And the video is 33 minutes long. More specifically, 33 minutes and 6 seconds long. Obviously, the video is not going to be about something good. Right? And especially with a title like Moving Forward. Just at first glance, you're like, what the fuck could have happened to this man? Right? It certainly can't be good. You're not moving forward from something nice. Arguably, you're moving forward from something very bad, or just heinous, whatever. And yeah, one of the reasons that I went to bed super late today, even because I think I went to bed at like 1 a.m. or even close to 2 a.m. was because I sat down and watched this in its entirety. And boy, oh boy, what he is going through and what he has to deal with, like right now, is absolutely terrifying and or terrible. So I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about that because I don't know, you know, it's just, you know, seeing a homie like him go through what he's going through. Not only is it like terrible, bro, it's just like I could, you know, kind of see myself in his position, even though what he's going through right now, I have not even experienced like 1% of it. And I'll get into detail, albeit very briefly. You know, I'll TLDR Wolfey's video and talk about it, and you guys will see, you know, what exactly he has to move forward from. Now, he is a Pokemon YouTuber or a Pokemon content creator, a Pokemon influencer, whatever you want to call him. One of the very best, one of the most informative, and as a competitor, he's one of the most decorated. And the longer time passes by, Wolfey gets bigger. WolfeyVGC, his brand, his notoriety and fame as a Pokemon trainer or a Pokemon content creator, he just gets bigger. He's more famous. He's more of a legend than a human being. Sometimes you wouldn't look at this guy like a human being, like a person just like you or me. It's easy to look at him like a brand or a, you know, an object that is not human, when he in fact is very human. He's just like me and you. And the first thing that he's talking about, he's opening up to us that he's not enjoying going to competitions anymore. He's not enjoying going to in-person events, and more specifically the Pokemon World Championship. And one of the reasons why he's not getting the enjoyment from like participating in these tournaments is because he's getting sexually assaulted. Now, by sexual assault, fortunately it's not the R word, it's not something like insanely disgusting, but nonetheless, what's happening to him is very disgusting. He gets groped and he gets touched in inappropriate places. Like when fans come up to him to, you know, hey man, you know, let's take a picture or whatnot. He's experiencing sexual harassment one way or another. Either he's getting groped or he's getting touched in inappropriate places by people he has no idea, he has no relationship to. And that's the first thing that he talks about in this YouTube video. And wow, my heart kind of sunk, because I've been following Wolfey for a bit. I know who this man is. I very much enjoy his content. And yeah, man, you know, when the homie is sad, I feel sad. Like I think I have to admit I have some sort of a parasocial relationship with the homie. He has no idea who I am, obviously, but I've been watching him and following him over the years. There is definitely some sort of like attachment from my side to his. Parasocial, 100%. I don't know him, never met him. He doesn't know me, he's never met me, he's never seen me. I'm not in his like domain. You know, I'm not like a Pokemon YouTuber or a Pokemon content creator. I'm not competing in like, you know, Pokemon battles, card games, whatever, right? So he has no business knowing me, and probably never will. That could be the truth. So, you know, just like sitting down and listening to the shit that he's going through, and it's like he's going to these events, which he loves going to, by the way, and he's getting sexually assaulted. He's getting groped, he's getting molested. Put a bad taste in my mouth. And it kind of made me think, like, you know, if that's happening to him, like, could it happen to me in the future? Type shit. Like, what if I transcend or just become a giga YouTuber or something? Like, if I have these events, like a SkitsTonyCon, for example, could this happen to me? And, you know, it made me start thinking of shit that certainly could happen, but realistically is not happening now. But let's put like a stop there, right? And let's just put this like idea on hiatus for a second. just the fact that he has to deal with this bullshit is just criminal, you know? I can't imagine how disgusting it would be to just get molested or like groped by a person you have no attachment. You have absolutely no idea who this X or YZ is. And, well, the more famous he becomes, the bigger he becomes, like the more of a chance he's just exposed himself to like witness this kind of behavior or go through, just because he's famous, he's huge, he's fucking insane. He's Wolfey, bro, right? Or WolfeyVGC. And just hearing him say that he's like, you know what, I don't want to go to any more like regional events. I don't want to go to any more worlds tournaments because, you know, I get assaulted. And now he's so big, like he instantly gets recognized, and he has to deal with like the consequence of having such a gigantic online platform. Again, man, in the Pokemon world, he's fucking like a Justin Bieber. You know? He's a world champion. He's one of the most informative Pokemon content creators. He's like a legend, bro. And, well, the fame is kind of affecting him. It's not letting... The fame's not getting to his head type shit. It's more like what being famous brings to the table. And one of these things is, well, he's now getting sexually assaulted by God knows who, by degenerates, obviously, when he assists and attends these IRL events. And he's so big, like he's so famous, that he instantly gets recognized. And this guy is like a very, you know, he's very low key. He just hangs out with his friends. He even tries to hide in the venues or in like certain locations just so that he can, you know, be a normal person type shit. But he eventually gets discovered, you know, and all this fan interaction starts happening, and he's not enjoying it. And he loves Pokemon. He loves competing. Even though he doesn't win, he's the kind of guy that has this competitive nature. He even says himself, there's like honor in losing, right? There's honor in investing a lot of time, spending so much time trying to crack out the 6 Pokemon that are going to eventually make you go to the top, be the best trainer. But even if you don't win the championship itself, there's a lot of honor in competing. There's thrill in it. It's fun. There's a lot of joy in it. And that's not diminishing. He still loves competing. He still loves the mechanics, the nature of the game, etc., etc. What's happening is that he's becoming so big that he's getting molested, he's getting assaulted, he's getting groped, and he can't enjoy these events or tournaments anymore. And it has nothing to do with Pokemon. It has everything to do with like social dynamics and just people being weird, and you can obviously tell. Like, look, you look at this fucking thumbnail immediately. You can tell this man is going through it, man. He's in distress. Like, it's not a light video. It's not lightweight. And I was like, holy shit. Like, not only do I feel bad and my heart goes out to homie, I was starting to see several parallels between me and him. Even though I am 2 million subscribers under, I'm not as big or famous. I'm not as notorious as WolfeyVGC or Wolfey. I'm just, you know, a Venezuelan streamer, YouTuber with an audience, a small audience, but an audience nonetheless. And we have a community. We also have aspirations to make it very big. And, you know, there are parallels between not necessarily Wolfey's situation and mine, but there are certainly parallels between him and me. And I'll read chat. I'll read it out loud after I'm done talking. I know you guys are saying some stuff, but I don't want to read it because I don't want to lose my train of thought. Please understand that. So he has a lot of love for the game. I have, like, this man doesn't upload a video that he doesn't find either some sort of value. Like, this man is so kind of like polite, Wolfey, that if he deems that the video is not entertaining, like if it doesn't have anything of value, and you think you're losing his time, or you're losing your time by watching a WolfeyVGC video, it doesn't go through, right? And my parallel is, and well, he has love for the game. He loves what he does. He does it from a position of love. So do I. I'm streaming, or I release videos that I think would be pretty good, you know, or at least I have a positive association with it. Because if I'd hate what I would upload, or if I would hate being on camera for so long and stream for so long, like, wouldn't you guys think it's like fucking masochistic? It's like, I don't see the math in, like, well, I'm gonna stream for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours and not enjoy it, or I'm gonna upload a YouTube video that I don't like, right? Or that I don't think you would, you know, like, is the channel all over the place? Yes. Do we pretty much make YouTube videos about whatever? Yes. Is the algorithm a mess for me? Yes, many. But I can at least grab my own 2 balls, or put my hand in my heart and stand on the fact that I love everything I do. I love every single YouTube video that I upload and every single stream. Nobody is holding a gun to my head and forcing me to do this shit. I think there's something of value that you can get watching any of my videos. You either laugh, or you either get something insightful, or you're entertained. Hopefully. That's why I upload what I upload. It's either because of that. Are they the best YouTube videos? Are they the best edited? Do they have the best script or the best story? Arguably not. You know? But do they have what I think in my criteria stands the test of time? Absolutely yes. So, you know, imagine losing the spark, like losing the passion for this. It's like, imagine waking up one day, for me, and just being like, you know what? Today is not the day. I don't even feel like streaming. I don't feel like getting the GoPro and recording anything. You know what? I feel like doing nothing at all. And that day happens again. Then days turn to weeks, weeks to months. And there's just like a disconnect, really, because, again, the love is not there. Why would I do it? If I don't love the game, then why am I playing it? What's the point of live streaming so much and uploading and recording so many videos if there's not a love for the game? Why am I doing this? Am I masochistic? Could be. Like, there has to be an element of madness if that would be the case. You're doing this, you don't love it, but I don't know. And, you know, I also started, like, daydreaming. I was like, imagine a Skits Tony Con, and this shit would happen to me. And not only to me. Like, let's say I'd be with the stellar roster of G's. Let's say I'd be with Mark, for example. It's me and Mark. Because no matter how you look at it, Mark is very much part of this YouTube channel. All of you are. But I'm just going to use Mark as an example. Because Mark is definitely the person who's most invested here. Right? And he's with me all the time. You could even argue that he's part of the brand. He's part of the Skits Tony. Of the Skits lore and everything. So imagine me being with this homie, and we're like at a convention or something. Mark's just as famous as I am, pretty much, right? Because if you hang around here, you know who he is, right? Mark's here all the time again, almost all the time. So imagine, no, it's not Mark grabbing on my ass, and I wouldn't have a problem if it's Mark, because, well, we know each other. He's like my homie, bro. But imagine somebody else grabs his ass. It's like, yo, Mark, let me get a picture with you, bro. Let me get a picture with you and Skits. We've never seen this guy before or this lady. And he immediately grabs that ass. And then you got Mark looking at me like, yo, Chief, what the fuck's going on? And what's going on, man? Dude, this person just fucking molested me. That's entirely on me. Now, what I want to say is, I don't want to minimize Wolfey getting molested. It's disgusting. But if you take it a step above, like, what if one of Wolfey's friends also gets molested? What if he gets groped? Just consequentially because he associates with Wolfey, he's around the man. Elbow's going to be flying if it's a guy. Elbow's going to be flying, period, regardless of who it is. Changing the person's gender doesn't make it any better. The fact is, you're still getting molested or assaulted. Doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman or a fucking ostrich. You're getting molested, bro. So, I don't want to go through that. I don't want Mark to go through that. I don't want to go through that. But if I'd have to witness Mark or anybody, let's say if it'd be creative, let's see if it'd be like Prestige or anybody, let's see if it'd be Dave, anybody, we could use anybody here as an example, because at least like the regulars who hang out here, let's say you had to go through that, you'd have to get molested or groped just because you're guilty of association towards me. It's like, nah, man, like, whoa. Like, again, I mean, it'd be pretty disgusting. I don't want to say, it's not like I would have no problems if it would happen to me, but I'd have a bigger problem if it happened to somebody like, let's say, Mark or Creative or whoever we're using as the hypothetical here. And, you know, you can't control the actions of other people. You're not inside these people's minds, and you assume or acknowledge that I think he even says it himself, he's got like 2 million subscribers, he's got 2 million fans. Well, out of these 2 million, there's probably 2,000 degenerates, right? It's a very small percentage, a very, very small percentage, but 2,000 people. Let's just say there were 200 degenerates. That's still enough. 200 degenerates is way too much, and it's disgusting. What this homie is going through is disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. I would hate to be Wolfey and to be going through what he is going through right now. Because what's alarming is, again, he's losing, he's taking actions. The immediate action is he's going to stop going to competitions, tournaments, and venues. He's going to stop going to places he loves to go. He's going to stop competing. He loves competing. He's going to stop competing. Not because of the game itself or the competition. It's because of the people, man. It's a completely outside factor, but a factor nonetheless. And you could also argue man, he needs to take some action for this bullshit to stop. So I would hate to be Wolfey. I would hate to go through what he's going through right now. And I would hate for the parallels. I would hate for me or to anybody associated to me. I would hate for that to happen to anybody, to myself or anyone in my community. So I just wanted to say that I watched this YouTube video yesterday in its entirety. It was something very painful because, again, the subject matter is dense. He's not moving forward because he lost a world championship. No, he's moving forward because he has to deal with being sexually assaulted and molested and annoyed and stepped on in the events that he goes to participate in, or in the Pokemon events, Pokemon tournaments where he has to participate in battle. They're not that fun anymore. He's feeling a certain type of way because people are doing something, and something bad, something terrible, something disgusting. So, and well, he's already taking measures. One of them is he's going to stop going to events. The other one is he's going to stop being in social media. He's going to have like a community manager for everything. He just refuses to see comments. He doesn't want to read comments. He doesn't want to watch what people say online, because sometimes, well, people get weird. People say weird shit, and he doesn't want to have to do anything with that. So he's going to stop running his Twitter. He's going to stop running his Instagram. He's only going to upload YouTube videos, and that's it. He's going to not even read the comments, because some of the parasocial dynamics happening to him, they are affecting him, right? Imagine you would have to read something like, I want to fuck you, Wolfey. And you don't even have any fucking clue who this person is. You're like, okay, well, part of you wants to say, like, gee, I'll take that as a compliment. But at the same time, it could be fucking, like, who's it coming from type shit. Is it coming from a criminal? Is it coming from, like, a sex offender? You take for default that the degeneracy is either, like, funny. It's like, it's supposed to be a funny comment. It has a funny tone. It has, sarcasm behind it. It's not real, you could even argue. But is it, though? Like, so he wants to disconnect from all these things that are developing noise. And, well, it's no secret that here we have a very unique, sense of humor. We all like to fuck around with each other from time to time. But that's because we know who we're talking to, We've already been hanging out with one another for a long time, and we have that, like, level of trust. And so far, as long as it's coming from a place of, like, memes, which it 100% is all the time. I know it. My peoples know it. Don't want to say any names right now. So, like, we it's different when Mark does it, or when a regular homie does it, than when a complete stranger does it. And what I want to say, the absolute of this all, or the point that I want to make, or where I want to get to, is I want everybody, myself included, to feel safe. And thank God, moving forward, in one way, is uploaded. It exists because now I can talk about this. Now, again, the situation happening to Wolfey specifically is disgusting. But in one way, it's also thank God, because now I can tell you guys what the plan is, all right? And what I am going to start, looking out for, or maybe even implementing if things start getting out of hand at one point. What is getting out of hand? Getting out of hand is when everybody, including myself, or including Mark, including anybody, when somebody starts feeling unsafe, or stepped on, or let's even take it a step further, molested or groped on. Because you can achieve that even if you're not physically there with the person. You can grope and molest and harass a person just with words and just with the behavior you decide to enact on. And if anybody, again, I don't care so much about myself when we factor in if it could happen to Mark, or if it could happen to Creative, if it could happen to anybody in here. All right, I could deal with it happening to me, but I wouldn't know how to deal with it if it would have happened to Mark or Creative. I don't even want to imagine that. First of all, I'm even starting to get pissed because, again, I can handle it. I can get all the hate and all the molestation my way. I'll deal with it. But it's different when it's the people that you like and you appreciate, and it's a community. It's different when it's Mark or Creative. So if there's anybody out there in the future, or let it just be known, if you're going to make anybody feel unsafe, there will be immediate consequences. There is a fine line between if it's a joke or a meme than the reality of it. And you are safe with Papa. I know. But the question also is, are you safe with me? Or are you safe in this environment? Or is anybody safe? So, I am not going to let one speck of dust, one molecule of any deed, action, intent, plan, motion, whatever. If you are going to genuinely disturb the peace and make me or anybody associated feel unsafe, molested, harassed, measures will be immediately taken. I don't want none of this behavior to exist. Again, there's a difference between it being a joke, a meme. Now, I'm fine with that. But the second it's anything other than a joke or a meme, or the second it starts going to uncharted territory, immediate actions will be taken. Because, again, I can handle the bullshit one way or another, but I cannot imagine the bullshit happening to somebody I value. I wouldn't know how to handle something happening to Mark or Creative or anybody. I would probably lose it and just go and do something I might regret down the line. Because I am fine with you using me as a target for whatever. But I will not accept or tolerate you fucking up my boys or my peoples. So I just want to get and say that on record. All right. Thank God this exists. Thank God, again, the video, not the situation in itself. What Wolfey is going on through, or what Wolfey's dealing with right now, disgusting. But it made me reflect on certain things, and I now know what I want in the future for myself and for my community. And I just want to let it be on record that if y'all are starting to feel unsafe, if somebody is going to disturb the peace, my fans or our communities, immediate action will be done. I don't want this to be an environment where people feel unsafe, where people feel like they have to be on guard or on the defensive all the time, looking out for fucking bullshit. So I want people to actually feel safe. I want people to feel like they belong. I want people to feel easy, relaxed. That should be... This is like watching your favorite movie or your favorite television program or listening on to your favorite radio station. That's how it's always meant to be. That's how I want it to be. That's how I want it to be in the future. This is a sanctuary space. This is a place where we can meet and have in common and just relax and have fun and preach the good things in life and nurture and foster the good things in life. Now, I can't control other people, nor their actions, nor their thoughts, nor their plans. But if some bullshit starts happening, the action will be immediate. The consequence, the action taken will be immediate. That's it. Done and over with. All right? Again, I could deal with the bullshit. I don't know how to deal with the bullshit happening to somebody associated. So, I just wanted to say that. This made me think, watching Moving Forward, by WolfeyVGC, or the Pokemon legend known as Wolfey Glick, or Wolf Glick. It got me thinking. And one, it's terrible, just outright disgusting what's happening to the homie right now and what he's going through and the actions that he has to take. I'm not even going to tolerate this much if that shit happens to me or anybody associated with me. So I just wanted to say that. All right? I watched this video yesterday, or arguably today at like 12 a.m., and it got me thinking. One, my heart goes out to you, Wolfey, bro. It's fucking BS. But in another way, in a very isolated manner, thank God it's happening. Thank God you released that video, and it made me reflect on certain things. And I just don't want, I don't want, I would hate to go what you're going through right now. And I would hate for that to be the case for somebody in my community.